Whether you are dealing with clients or internal stakeholders, you'll eventually reach the point where you have to suggest a UX approach. Let me show you some steps that I use successfully when asked to lead a UX project. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. If there is previous research available to you, then use it. Any research that is older than 2 or 3 years should be carefully checked. It might be outdated. One word of advice on quantitative marketing research. You'll have to judge if the provided data is rich enough to be used as a UX insights. Sometimes you'll be lacking information about the environment. To determine if the data you're looking at is actually usable for your use case, check if it answers questions to the 3 key aspects that we covered in the previous video. That's users, tasks, and the environment. If one of those is missing, you'll have to do additional research to fill that gap. Personally, for me, it is way easier to understand the user and his environment when I'm actually there and have face-to-face research methods. That's just how I'm wired. Reading research by others doesn't give me this depth of insights that I would have if I would have been there personally. But still, I use that research because it just doesn't make sense to spend my effort on something that is already there. Next, it's important to adjust your proposed process to the needs of the client and the level of their UX maturity. A recent Nielsen Norman Group study showed that the average UX budget is about 10% of the total development budget, while they suggest it could be even as high as 15%. If you have to place a quote for clients that have rather small budgets or aren't ready to spend that much on a UX project yet, you have 2 options. A, you decide to either do it right or not do it at all. Then you can take this 10% as a rule of thumb. You risk losing the job because you were too high. Well, not you, but your quote was too high. Or B, you see potential in the client and really want to get that job. So what you can do is offer a really stripped down version of your UX process and hope that you'll succeed with it, and next time around you'll be able to spend more on the process. Which one you choose is totally up to you. So far I've used both of them to great success. In a larger corporate environment, it's often easier to deal with budget because either you're part of a dedicated development team and you don't have to care about hours that much anyway, or you know the budget you'll get upfront and you just design your process according to that number. Here are some of the methods that I use frequently. I've created a cheat sheet for you with all of these methods that show you what questions they answer and how much time I plan for them. Now this is obviously too much information to go over in this course right now, but you can download it from my website if you're interested by using the quick link on your screen. And if you're looking for even more methods, here is an extensive list for you. The important thing when planning your approach is to ideally pick at least one method per phase. As we've learned, they all build up on each other and earlier methods inform the design decisions of subsequent ones. Whatever combination you pick is up to you, but make sure that at least one of them involves face-to-face time with the actual users. For me, I usually don't offer quotes less than a week. This gives me the chance to do at least 2 methods in that time frame, which one of them would be a face-to-face research method.